A lot of people say that they don't care what other people think about them, right? I mean, a lot of people say that, but it's not really true. I mean, not really. If it was, then public speaking wouldn't be one of the greatest fears. We're afraid to speak in public because we think we're going to freeze up or say the wrong thing and people are going to judge us. We isolate for fear of judgment. We portray ourselves on social media because we want to be liked. We care. I mean, it affects what we wear, what we share, how we walk, how we talk, what car we buy, how hard we try. It's embedded in everything we do. It all plays a part in how we're perceived in the world. We care very much about how other people perceive us. We care what they think. And why do we care? You know, you ever think about that? Like, why? Why do we care so much about what other people think about us? We're hardwired to care. Neurologically, we're wired to care and fear ostracism. We fear social rejection. The same part of the brain that's activated when we experience a physical injury is called the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex. Try saying that 10 times. That's the same part of the brain that's activated when we experience a social injury. From an evolutionary standpoint, we fear social rejection because it was decrease in likelihood of us being able to obtain necessities and resources. Long-term rejection can lead to hopelessness, sadness, aggression, and depression. A 2003 analysis showed 13 of 15 perpetrators of school shootings experience ostracism. There's severe consequences for us individually and as a society. You see, because we want to attach, we want to connect, we want to feel a part of, we want access to necessities and resources. That's why we care so much about what other people think about us. And there are times where we should care, right? If a lot of people that love you and want what's best for you tell you that you have a problem with substance use, alcoholism, a toxic relationship, then you should care. If your boss tells you that they think you're going to get fired if you don't improve your work performance, then you should be concerned about that. It could affect your reputation, and your reputation is very important, but not as important as your character. John Wooden said, be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character, well, that's who you really are, whereas your reputation is merely what people think you are. But what happens when we care too much? When we fear being judged and it negatively impacts our functioning for 6 months, then we start to meet the criteria for social anxiety disorder, which can lead to other issues if we turn to drugs and alcohol to lower our social inhibitions. It could affect our self-esteem if we don't feel confident, unless we perceive that we're well-liked by other people. That's the problem. It could affect our integrity if we can't stand true to what we know is right, even if that's not consistent with the opinion of the majority. You see, to live your life concerned with the opinions of others is to run the risk of losing yourself entirely. It could rob you of everything that's important. You may not chase your dreams, goals, and aspirations. You may play small. You may try to be invisible. We have to remember 2 important truths. One, you're never going to know what other people think. You're never going to know what other people think about you. In cognitive behavioral therapy, there's a cognitive distortion. It's called mind reading. Mind reading is the faulty illogical belief that you know what other people think. You're not going to know what they think. The second truth is related to the dichotomy of control, which states that we don't have control over what other people think. So 1, you don't know what they think. 2, you don't have control of it anyways. But let's just assume for a minute that you assume correctly and someone has a negative perspective or belief or opinion of you. Good. They just showed you that they're not for you. Not everyone is going to love us. Not everyone is going to like you. Some people are going to hate on you. But as Kurt Cobain said, I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I am not. There's nearly 8 billion people in this world. Of those 8 billion, some of them are going to love you. If you show up and you wake up and you try to give the world the best version of you, some people are gonna love and embrace you for you, not who you think they want you to be, but for who you actually are. It's been said, what other people think about us is none of our business. Who said that? Eleanor Roosevelt? Wayne Dyer? Santos? I don't know, but they're right. It's not about what they think, it's about what do you think? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And if you don't know that yet, that's okay. Go inside, close your eyes. You can stay there as long as is needed. You can revisit that place as often as is necessary. And then when you're ready, when you have a vision, when you can hear that inner voice, open your eyes and live consistent with that inner voice. That's the entire journey. That's what this is all about. Life is not a parking garage. You don't need validation. If you need validation, then it's internal validation, not external validation. You don't need external approval, you need internal approval. So you made a lot of mistakes. You got caught up, you got sucked into a lifestyle. You got tattoos, you're from the streets. You were incarcerated, you got a rap sheet. And what other people think about you is none of your business. They're judging you, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress, how much money you got or don't got. Too old, too young, too big, too small, you got a handicap. And what other people think about you is none of your business. You're in a room full of a bunch of people that don't look like you. You feel out of place. And what other people think about you, yeah, that's none of your business. You're in public, you're in a crowd, you're surrounded by people and you feel all alone. In a grocery store, online, at home, and what other people think about you is none of your business. You got a lot of hair. You lost a lot of hair. Your wrinkles are showing. You got a baby face and people don't take you serious. And what other people think about you is none of your business. You were addicted, but you're in recovery now. They saw you struggle to regulate. You experienced depression, anxiety, PTSD, and ADHD. And what other people think about you is none of your business. You got your heart broken. You're divorced, you were cheated on, you're single, you're lonely, and what other people think about you is none of your business. You were fired, you're unemployed, you're not providing the way you hoped you could, and what other people think about you, yeah, that's none of your business. You have to repeat it, believe it, affirm it. This isn't a one-time thing, this is an everyday thing. This is an all-the-time thing, over and over and over again. What other people think about you is none of your business. Be eccentric, be unique, stand out, turn up or turn down, dream big or live simply. Walk your cat. You get to be you. As long as you're not hurting anyone else or hurting yourself, then you get to be you and it's all good. You might be thinking, Rob, don't you worry about what other people think? Yes, I worry about what other people think very much. I worry about what other people feel too. I would be a shitty therapist if I didn't. I just refuse to live my life worrying about what you think about me. What's most important is that I think of me kindly, that I live my life fully, that I give the world the best version of me. You may love that, you may not. That's of no concern. That's not my business. Repeat it daily if needed. What other people think about me is none of my business. I'm free from the need for external validation. What's most important is what I think of me. This is the road to knowing your true self. This is the path to fulfilling your purpose. And this is what brings us peace inside. Timber approves this message.